Welcome to the only Inferno Self Boost guide that you will ever need. So I could just throw everything at you and say strafe left, now do this, now do crouch jump. But I want to do step by step and give you some simple things that you can practice, and if you put them all together you will easily master this jump because it's actually not as hard as it looks like. And yeah, this is pretty understandable if this is hard for you in the beginning because there are two pretty tricky parts, but I'm going to give you two advices that are going to make it really easy. And yeah, let's look at this step by step. First up, we want to look at a simple lineup. Why lineup? So, first up, if you walk by this wall, your instincts will tell you that you want to jump as late as possible. And maybe, if you're really sick at movement, this is also possible to do a right strafe, like pressing W and forward at the same time. W is forward, W and D at the same time. You could do a right strafe and maybe get there, but way too complicated, alright? We don't want to touch this edge at all. So, you're lying back here at this last fence unit with all the ciggies and you don't want to run into this. How are we doing this? You can do this very easily. There's normally a sign there. You can shoot that down to make the jump even easier. I recommend doing that. And I just want to look on the right side, like to this edge. What this does is pretty simple. If you're back here at the ciggies and you look to the right of it and walk forward, as you can see, we walk off very closely without touching the edge. Just get the hang out of this, because if you practice this a bit, just walking off like this is really important, because in matchmaking, if you hit this edge, your jump is doomed and you're going to be back down there and you had no chance of hitting that jump at all. So, really important that you don't touch it, and you can do it as easily by lining up here and looking like right there to this edge, or even here works. Just look there, walk off. Now I accidentally pressed another key, I'm very sorry for that, but you got the spirit, alright? So, what are we going to do now? We are going to jump at the same time that we are going to leave this upper place. Like, you don't want to run off anymore. Once you've got the timing right, you want to get up there and actually jump. Like, jump. As you see, we already get this far and we were at the correct height. Now, if you can time your jump, like jump at the last second, now we want to master the next thing. We are looking there, and now we are going to start running, doing our jump, and try a little bit left. You're doing this by doing a curve to the left and pressing A. Alright? So while you're in the air, we want to press A. We're going to do this once again. Not going to make it because they're still missing one thing. You can practice this, and as soon as you get the hang out of this, as you see you're getting close enough, maybe you get to that edge and fall off, like this. You want to curve in the mouse more to the left. You want to also press A to go more left. And once you've mastered also that, now you want to crouch at the end. You're going to make this a left strafe crouch jump. Just like this. And then, as you can see, you're going to land perfectly up here. So, this is already half of the work done. You're now up here. Sometimes I like even just standing here and aim into boiler like this, because if you do this like once per game, they won't expect it. And off angles are always great for some free frags. Now, obviously you want to retreat, maybe into pit or onside after taking 1 or 2 kills, because if they call you out up there, you're really up in the open. Up, you get it? I'm sorry. And yeah, for this next jump, I've seen a lot of recommendations how to do this. And first off, if you played CSGO, I don't know if they made the jump easier or if there were no proper tutorials. Like, I don't see where the jump would have been easier. Like, this roof was even taller back then, so at first it seemed to me to be harder. Maybe I just watched garbage tutorials, I don't know. But back then you actually needed a pretty good strafe jump to get over there. That is not really needed anymore. You need to adjust a little bit with the mouse sometimes, but the most important part about this jump now is not really having good movement. It's to know one simple thing. And that's why you get cucked doing this jump, is because this roof blocks you, takes your momentum, and pushes you down. So there's one really interesting mechanic about this game. You know how crouch jump works. But what you probably didn't know, or some people don't know, is you can actually crouch before being at the end of your jump, and it's still going to count as a crouch jump. So we need the crouch jump to actually get up on there, but we crouch at the beginning of our jump. Like, you don't want to crouch and then jump, obviously. You want to jump and crouch in the air, so your head does not hit this. Actually reset the map really quick so the sign is back, and now let me show you how it looks executed. Remember, we want to crouch after we jumped so we don't hit the roof. Like this. Now, why is this so important, or such a life hack that is going to make it 10 times easier? A problem, you can do the nicest strafe jump in your life, but if you strafe jump like this, you see, I even get to the curve, even though I'm pressing W and D while jumping, I can't even make the curve. Well, it might actually be easier to just do the jump again. So the problem here is, as you see, you don't need these line-ups anymore. Once you've mastered the jump, it's really easy to do it from multiple positions. This is just for the beginning, so you completely avoid this annoying edge. And yeah, fixed line-ups are also pretty good, because if you mess up your movement in an actual matchmaking game, you could be doing some shenanigans here, or having your knife in the hand trying to get up there and just die a random death. Having a fixed point enables you to do it fast and right most of the times. So let me show you one more time in the end. I just did WD at the same time, jump, tried to make my mouse go to the right. I wanted to do a right side strafe jump, so I can jump a little bit further and curve in there perfectly. And as you can see, it didn't work out. I'm gonna show it one more time more easily. As you can see, standing here, I already hit the roof. And if I take momentum now and jump without doing anything else, you see this is going to block you off. And this is always going to happen. If you don't, while jumping, like being up here, crouch, you're going to get smaller and then just continue to jump and fly there. As I told you before, this is shootable. It doesn't make it that much better, but you have a little bit more room. So if you don't completely make the jump up there, you can still land on here. It won't save you most of the time, but maybe let's say in 1 out of 10 failed jumps, it could save your failed jump. So it doesn't hurt you to just shoot it on the drive-by. And I hope with that you can now instantly jump into practice and get into practicing this. It's really good for Inferno to know how to do this, and you won't look as stupid if you ask for a boost again. That's it for today, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm working on the next masterclass, and I'm just really grateful for your support. Also, thank you for getting 500 subs. I am going to work on the ice cream video for my dog. Actually, I know, I just wanted to make a shot of her eating it, but I figured out we could make a little bit of a special out of it, and there's one thing I need to learn how to do for that. And once I've mastered that, you're going to have a very nice video to enjoy. So you can look forward for that. Have a Merry Christmas and see you soon.